But I think that this is worth discussing, and we had it on the sheet yesterday. Didn't have time to get to it, but I think we have to get to it, Lindsay. Jahmyr Gibbs v. Bijan Robinson is one of those matchups, right?
Yes.
And look, I said it. I got to be consistent because I said it when we were breaking down the draft. I said, look, position value, pick value be damned. The best football player in college football that's going into the NFL next year is going to be Bijan Robinson. He is ready to go. I am not a crack scout for that. I wasn't flying under the radar or anything like that. Just watch the man run 3 times.
Right.
You're like, damn, that guy belongs in the NFL.
Right.
That is not news. What was news was the Lions maneuvering for Jahmyr Gibbs. And look, right or wrong, fair or unfair, this is the company he keeps, right? And Lindsay,
right.
you know this, right? You were a first-round NBA draft pick.
Yep.
The company you keep are the guys that go around you, whether or not they're your same position, whatever it is.
Yep.
This is the company Jahmyr Gibbs keeps. I think that this is a big game for him. Not he needs to get X yards or anything like that, but to be in that company. Is that fair, you think?
Definitely fair. And you can best believe he's looking at
He's the first one that knows.
Yes. He's looking at this game like, okay, this Bijan has been really killing it, and he's been showing flashes. Oh, you bet he's looking at this like this is my opportunity in front of everybody to go out and show that I belong. I am one of those guys. And hopefully he gets the touches. Hopefully he can have the opportunities to show that, hey, he's special, but so am I. That's what we want to see. That's what I want to see because I'm a big fan. Right.
Brandon Hess says, wasn't Bijan drafted before our first pick, not our original first pick?
Yeah, not number 6.
Before they traded down. So remember that. And guys, I see you going this way, and this isn't the intent. This isn't the intent of, well, I'd rather had them draft Bijan Robinson. That's not the intent of this at all. The moral of this exercise, Lindsay, is that this is his company.
Yes.
He is expected to have a comparable level of production.
They are going to be linked together for their entire careers, and it unfairly or fairly, it is what it is. When you get drafted at the same position, both the number 1 picks, both in the first round, you're going to be linked to this guy for the rest of your career.
Right. Guys, we got to start calling Sam Flannel bandwagon Flannel because he said, I'm not going to lie, Bijan is already one of my favorite players.
That's pretty fast. He looks really good, though.
He does look good, but
it's not a secret, though. Like, he was pretty good last year in college. Yeah. Like, he was that dude. You could tell. Some guys are just pros.
Yes.
He was he was just a pro.
Yes.
And that was it. So it is big, man. And it is this is almost akin to my whole argument about the Kansas City Chiefs game. Right? When you want to swim in those waters, when you want to be in those circles, this is that, but for Jahmyr Gibbs personally. And I know, and I'll ask you again, the athlete in you, and I know what you'll say because you're honest AF about this kind of stuff. I'll answer it for you. Hey, let's try this. I'll ask a question, then I'll answer it as Lindsay, okay? Hey, Lindsay, away from the microphone, because he's never going to say it personally and publicly, does Jahmyr Gibbs, is he juiced for this? Does he want to square up with Bijan Robinson? I'll play the part of Lindsey Hunter. Oh, hell yeah, he does. Was that good?
That's perfect.
All right, you give me your answer.
Hell yeah, he does.
No, like, for real, though, man. Yeah. Knowing you, we've known each other a long time.
Listen, when I was drafted, they drafted Bobby Hurley in front of me. And all I could think about?
Was killing that dude on the court.
I was like, when do we play Sacramento? I'm going to fucking destroy him. That's all I could think about. Like, they drafted him in front of me. Okay. Wait till we play them.
That's what it's all about.
I'm not going to let him dribble. And that's what you think as the competitor in you. And it's nothing personal. Me and Bobby were really cool, still are. But just the competitor in, that's why you play the game, to be a competitor.
They think he's better than me?
Exactly.
They're going to learn today.
They going to learn.
Exactly.
They going to learn. But, yeah, I mean, it is where, it's something where this, I think, will intrinsically motivate him. No question. He's a competitor, man. He's a professional athlete.
Yes.
So, right away, right off the rip, you know that that's going to be in there. You know it is.
Yes.
And I would be concerned if it's not.
Right. Now, that would be the problem. That would be the problem. If he didn't feel like he belonged or he didn't have a little extra oomph going into this game, I'd be like, oh, okay, what's wrong with our guy? Maybe we missed. But I doubt it. I doubt it very seriously.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not making too much of this, right, guys? Like, you believe me when I say this stuff, right?
No doubt.
That's why I use you to market. I do. And again, too, like I saw some messages in the chat earlier. They're like, Gibbs is going to touch the ball 25 times. I don't think that's going to be. I don't think that's going to be the case.
I don't think it is, but I hope so. I would love to see him get that many opportunities.
Me too.
Because he's one of those guys that could break it at any minute.
Yes.
And that's an ability that you don't see many running backs have.
At least,
you know,
I'm cool with 10 targets and 15 rushes.
Yes, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
A WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Tony D. Neal, why do you think we passed on Bijan? And I touched on this during the draft, certainly the day after the draft show. It was one of those things, Tony, where I think to take Bijan and not be compensated for it, a la they took Jahmyr Gibbs and got compensated to do it. You see what I'm saying here? Like they felt it was a need. They felt it was a target that they wanted to acquire, but they wanted to get compensated to do it.
Right.
And I'm sure they had Gibbs graded very, very high. I doubt that they had him graded as high as Bijan, but they knew. Once they traded back, they knew what was going to go down.
Right.
He was marked to go to Atlanta by pretty much everybody. Even Mel Kiper got that one right. So,
which is rare.
Absolutely. But, Tony, I think that's what it was. They wanted Jahmyr Gibbs. They got compensated to pick Jahmyr Gibbs, so it was a win-win scenario. I don't know if that's too deep for the people, but I believe that's what drives Brad Holmes.
No doubt. You after watching the things materialize that Brad Holmes did, you know that there's no way he went into any draft without being thoroughly prepared and not knowing the situations that he was thinking about doing and not targeting his guys and saying, man, if I could get a guy here that, we have highly, regards for and get compensated for it and do it, then you got a GM that's really working and thinking the process through.
Which is why I'll cut him slack on it, because we've never had a chess-playing GM before. They've only played Connect Four. Yeah. Not even checkers. They just played Connect Four or Hungry Hippos.
Shoots and ladders.
Yeah, some shit like Candyland.
They were playing marbles.
Yeah, whatever.
Eels and escalators.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they were out there doing. We've never had a chess-playing GM before like that, and that's what I've clamored for.
And I think a lot of people didn't understand that. A lot of people were criticizing him for some of the draft picks, not knowing that this guy, he has a plan. Unlike what you're used to, this guy actually has a plan.
Mm-hmm. Isaiah Buggs is officially in for Sunday.
There you go.
Big booty Buggs, Terry's favorite.
Well, as Terry Foster says, you need a guy with a big ass.
That's true. That's true.
There are two hallmarks of an NFL roster, especially on defense. This is Terry Foster's words. You need a guy with a big ass, which is Isaiah Buggs, and you need a white guy with long blonde hair.
Yep.
Those are non-negotiables. If you get that, you have the makings of a good defense.
That was Terry
Foster.
Terry's game plan.
Argue it, Lindsay. You can't.
My 49ers, we don't have a white guy with long hair.
Nick Bosa's got
he doesn't have
long hair.
hair.
He's got decently long hair.
And not that I'm into looking at the posteriors of any man, but I don't see a
Jason Hargrave's got a big ass. And he had a nice sack last night. Pause. But I saw him get that pressure up the middle on Daniel Jones. Be like, damn, it'd be nice if the Lions could do that.
No, it would have been. It absolutely would have been.
Kittle's white dude with long hair. He's not on the defense, but
not on the defense.
Yeah. Shout out to Dirty D.
Hoof Hearted says the Lions passed on both Bijan and Gibbs at 6. They didn't think either was worth it over both the 12th pick and Laporta. Right. And that's my point. Like, they would slide back and take Gibbs, but be compensated to do so.
Exactly. Smart. They're smart.
And we've seen Brad Holmes do that often, right? Like, slide back, move up if the cost was right.
Right.
So we've seen it, and that's why I support the guy, regardless of how this shakes out this year. Regardless. And Nah, we don't have time. We got to bust out our packages for everybody to see.
Hell yeah,
but that could mark that for Monday, Spenny. Like if this thing does go wrong, which it won't, because again, someone asked. The Lions are the get-right pick. Detroit Lions -3. We're 46-15. How many losers do I have in this football season?
0.
0.
Yeah.
0. I move lines, everybody.
That's true.
I'm the Ace Rothstein.
You want me some money?
Spenmo.
Want me a good chunk of change?
Somebody yesterday said they won $1,000 so far in the get-right picks.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about.
So there you go.